As Mina! You were probably expecting to see Gohan, right? Well, he's kind of busy with something right now at the moment. That little scamp works himself too hard sometimes. He sure does know how to give Bakugou a run for his money. Did they really have to take it out on half the bus? You boys, I swear! I didn't think Gohan was stoop as low as Bakugou. And again, he is still a kid. Well, guess I should better stop those two before they do anything crazy. Just hope I can get us all back to USJ in one piece. Part 6. Some really tough beans.
Huh. Is that all you got, Pipsqueak?
Oh, I'm just warming up, Bakugou!
Ouch. Gonna need a censor for that one.
Boys, calm down, please!
Mina has been trying desperately to get Bakugou and Gohan to stop tearing each other limb from limb. She was really hoping that Gohan, of all people, would know when to come back to his senses. Just felt so unlike him to just lash out like that. She could have sworn Midoriya taught him a lot better than this.
Midoriya, that's right! I sure hope he's okay. The poor guy will probably freak if he saw his little brother's ugly side.
Luckily, Gohan didn't try to do any serious damage to Bakugou, as of yet. It took all of his nerve just to resort to baby slapping, elementary school Charlie horsing, and occasionally biting. His father would be so proud. Still, even after all that, the stubborn hotshot acted like he was just getting started, paying no mind to all of his scrapes and bruises, taking advantage of a literal heat of battle. He readied his gauntlets with another round of explosives. Gohan was down to his very last nerve. Why was he still hesitating? This was like Cell all over again, where he's just waiting there for people he cared about die right in front of him. Like hell he was gonna go through that again.
That's it. No more holding back. I'm ending this now.
The Saiyan started to charge his next attack behind his back. While it might have looked slow and weak at first glance, this frail disc of energy was actually one of Gohan's deadliest moves, aimed straight at Bakugou, who met his glare. This was it. Even if Bakugou dies, he forced Gohan down to his level. He got him to fight, in his own twisted way. Did he just win?
Gohan, stop!
Quickly grabbing a hold on Gohan's arm, the minute he felt Mina, his reflexes made him toss the destructive disc away before it got a chance to harm anyone. Nearby, several trees were sawed clean in half, right down the middle. They both just stared at what could have been Mina right about now.
Mina! I'm so sorry! I almost killed!
It's okay, Gohan. But where did you get so strong?
Allow me to fill you in.
Now, Gohan wasn't really afraid of most possible worst-case scenarios for him, as he could easily get himself out of a jam lickety-split. However, the same couldn't be said for the rest of his classmates without a certain pick-me-up, which laid securely in the last hands he'd regret giving it to.
Should have known only cowards like you and Deku would resort to freebies.
The Senzu beans! Damn it!
Oh, so that's what these are. Didn't think I would figure that your quirk had something to do with these beans? So that's how you were able to recover your injuries. Am I right?
Yes, but you don't understand. We need them in case—
More like you need them to cheat. And you call me petty.
You are.
Better change that tone, or these burn into the flames like the rest of your name's gonna be. Once I spill them all over the school, and have your ass finally thrown out of here!
Seriously, Bakugou? A hostage situation?
Now he was really not giving Gohan any more time to think about what he could do. Without those sensus, there's no telling what kind of trouble the class could potentially be in. Perhaps Saiyan could try charging up to him and swipe the beans, or catch him by surprise with a solar flare, but Mina was still right there, and he didn't want to do any more damage to her than he already has. Also, he wasn't gonna have enough time to get the beans out of Bakugou's blast radius. Suddenly, hit by an insane burst of luck, Gohan had an idea.
That's stupid. If you plan on exposing me, what reason do you have destroying the evidence?
Soon, it became so quiet in Bakugou's mind, you can almost hear the acoustics.
Shut up! Why don't you finally do us all a favor and just go home?
Hey, Gohan is as much of a hero as any of us are. You're just angry he's a better one than you because you act more like a villain. So why don't you just give those beans back and start acting more heroically?
Fine! How about this?
Bakugou just digs his way into the bag and generously chucks a bean at Gohan's direction for him to catch.
Here's one to get lost! Follow me, and that'll be the last of them!
And with that, he left the two of them in a smokescreen courtesy of his quirk. A perplexed Mina and an ever-growing more bitter Gohan lost sight of her classmate. but it was safe to assume that they were close enough to USJ, so it was more than likely all he had to do was go straight, which was like all he does and all he can think about now. You know, it was kind of a really bad time to pop a question due to the weight of the situation, but Mina really needed to know, and plus the cat was kind of out of a bag.
So this quirk of yours, does it really come from eating beans? Are you some sort of super vegan?
It's kind of a long story, but he's half right about the senzus, which is why I need to get them back.
Be honest, Gohan. Have you really been using those things to cheat this whole time?
She rests her hands on the boy's shoulders and looks him straight in the eyes.
And please, don't lie to me.
I only carried a few in case something were to happen to me or Midoriya. And right now, I really just wish he'd tell me what's up with him lately. Don't suppose you guys might know anything?
Sorry, you boys are just so complicated to figure out sometimes.
Seeing that there's still no way to get for his brother, the half-Saiyan dropped his arms a bit.
Oh.
She couldn't stand seeing the poor little guy so beaten up like this.
Look, I don't know much about Midoriya, but he seems like a sweet kind of guy that would be more than willing to talk this over with you the next chance he gets.
Yeah, that does sound like Midoriya. Thanks, Mina. And you seem like the kind of friend we could all use.
Aw, thanks, Gohan.
Let's just hope the others got there okay.
A bus was looking pretty banged up at the moment. The same could be said for the rest of the class during that nasty scuffle. Considering Midoriya's condition, Mr. Ozawa, especially Uraraka, made sure that they wasted no time getting them to the USJ in one piece so that they could tend to the boys' injuries. Trying to figure out what the best course of action would be next into finding Gohan and Bakugou, and Mina apparently, who has been dragged with them in tow, Mr. Satan was going to offer to find them himself. That was, until suddenly... Hello, newbies.
What the heck is that? An ambush.
Not too long after, explosions could be heard within a good 5 miles from the building. This actually alerted a misdirected Bakugou, who was still prancing about with his given enhanced speed, but was still nowhere close to where it needed to be without that huge giveaway from the attack.
Just what I've been hoping for. Some real action!
Overhead, not too far off the distance, Gohan and Mina picked up on the attack as well. This could mean trouble for the half-alien pair, and they didn't make it in time. Who knows what could become of Midoriya, especially with the amount of incoming villains Gohan was now sensing.
We need to move, now!
Look, Gohan, I know you're pretty worried about Bakugou spilling your secret.
No, worse than that! Villains at USJ!
How do you know?
No time! I know I got even more explaining to do, but right now, we gotta help our class!
Without another word, the boy swiftly grabs onto his friend's arm and literally brings him up into the air, diving straight into the direction they heard the blast. Now, for this next scene as to where Class 1A, Hercule included, ended up being teleported by Kodagiri, the villain wouldn't have much of a lead on what everyone's quirks were yet, so it's more likely that his decision would still be a random guess for most of the students. Having to decide the outcomes for all the different pairings, I've rolled 20 20-sided die with the help of using an online dice roller. As for Midoriya, yeah, now he's in an even worse position being dropped into water while still being unconscious, while on top of that has no help from Tezui, being put up against the piranha guy. But instead, Annette gets thrown into the water, trapping the aquatic-based criminal. Midoriya is then lifted up by 2 rolls of tape and brought up to the safety boat. He wakes up to find that they both belong to Zero and Yaoyorozu respectively. Nice work with the trap, Yaoyorozu. That was almost too close.
Midoriya, are you alright?
I think so, but where are the rest of our classmates?
Guess we'll just have to worry about them later. 'Cause right now, we got bigger problems. Zero was right, as the three were now being ambushed by a sea of water-themed villains. After collecting his bearings, Midoriya was able to come in clutch with a plan of his own.
Arrow, prepare your tape on opposite sides of the boat, but use the smooth end.
Okay, if you got something up your sleeve, better make it quick. Here they come. Just like Midoriya instructed, Zero wrapped both rolls of his tape as they tugged firmly around some handles of the ship, creating a makeshift catapult. Midoriya stood in front of Zero and Yaoyorozu and positioned himself with his back facing away from the villains.
Midoriya, hate to be a bother, but they're sorta ganging on us!
We're not aiming for them.
What? Hang on! So where? Midoriya's burst of wind sends them barreling back into Zero's tape as the smooth layers of the strap have held the force of the smash, allowing them to use it like a super slingshot and leave behind the villains in dust and debris from the sunken ship. Now that is a real cool team move! As for the rest of the class, despite their tight situations, they too were able to hang on and keep fighting, even if their matchups were more unfavorable. They had to prepare themselves for the real match about to take place, with All Might on its way to fight Nomu as the villains had intended, although Bakugou was just about to catch up to Gohan and Mina not too far behind. For the new pairs that were still at USJ, that I've now randomly generated, Midoriya, Zero, and Yaoyorozu are the first ones we've seen. The next team, which is a team of 4, is Orjiro, Mineta, Kirishima, and Mr. Satan. And then we have Shoji, but by himself.